In reviewing the history of swimmers, we want to depict here that Africans really were known centuries ago as, really strong swimmers. And we have a mother who, from the beginning of childhood, the mother's placing the baby actually in the water so that the baby becomes acclimated to the water and ultimately swims. And then, of course, depicting here the swimmer, and Africans back in several centuries ago were shown and were recorded as being strong swimmers. So they dove for pearls, and here you've got your swimmer, this swimming and ultimately dives for the pearl, and then he's surfacing with the actual pearl, in his hand here. The Sankofa bird, which is a dinker symbol from the folks in Africa, in Ghana particularly, it looks back, and the whole idea about that is, looking back in the past in order to prepare, if you will, for the future. So this whole side of the sculpture actually is looking back at the history of swimming of Africa's. Okay, now this side, we're fast forwarding in terms of several centuries later. These are the Americas. This is North America. These are the Caribbean islands, and of course Central America, the Caribbean islands, and then of course South America. And this is depicting Anthony Nesty, who was the first person of African descent, if you will, to win a gold medal. And of course, we wanted to kind of connect that to the Olympics, and which is why we're depicting here the Olympic rings. And again, the Sankofa bird has a part of this whole composition, and looking back, as I said, to the history of black swimmers or African swimmers, and of course preparing for the future. And the future is, of course, now today we have records showing that there are men as well as women of African descent who have claimed a name for themselves in the swimming arena as being very strong swimmers. So the myth of that black folks, if you will, the people of African descent, are not swimmers or not good swimmers is dispelled, and that's what this sculpture is all about.